Well, hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to our Wednesday night update. We're glad to have you joining us this evening, wherever you happen to be coming from. I see a few of you have got on here ahead of me and are already posting comments, so glad to have you with us tonight. Dale, you were the first in tonight. I hope your week is going well, and here we are on Hump Day. Hope the rest of the week goes smoothly for you as well. Len, good evening to you. Trust you've been having a great day there, my friend. Let's see who else we got with us. Kathy and Rich, glad to have you guys with us this evening. And a very happy Wednesday to you from me here in the office as well. Peggy, I'm glad to have you with us tonight. Again, I hope you and Don are doing well, and glad to have you joining us this evening. Let's see, Monica, we got you with us as well. A very happy Wednesday to you. Stay warm. That's a challenge right now. Hopefully everybody's heating will stay on and not have any issues. And Meg, it's good to see you with us here as well this evening. Again, I hope your week has been going smoothly for you, and the rest of the week will do so as well. As others log on, maybe we'll get a chance to say hi. Peggy doesn't have any sound. I'm assuming the rest of you do. I don't know if it's a volume issue, Peggy. It says everything is broadcasting just fine from here. So my guess is you may have to do something with the volume on your computer. Just a couple of announcements for us here this evening. Ash Wednesday service, as you know, is coming up on the 17th. If you haven't already got your request in for ashes, get that into the office soon so that you can get the office can get those mailed out to you. Again, the link to order the ashes is in the weekly newsletter. I think it's also on the church website, or you can call the office as well. So remember that. We do have an online talent show. The link for that, there was a little bit of confusion around how that link was going to work. So that has been delayed for a week. That will be released next week. So hold on for that to come. It should be a lot of fun. I think we had about 10 submissions for that. So we're looking forward to seeing some of the talent that is out there. I did not submit to the talent show. So anyway. Women's Connect on Zoom, that is tomorrow, Thursday the 11th at 7 p.m. It'll be the third week of the four-part Bible study series by Beth Moore looking at the topic of unshakable. The link is in the newsletter. If you happen to miss all of the first 3 weeks, you're still very welcome to join that for the fourth week tomorrow. I think most of it is standalone, but I know that the women who come on have a good time chatting and hanging out with each other, as well as the Bible study piece. Hey, it looks like Jenny's joined us tonight too, and she tells us that we still have time to submit a talent. I assume, Jenny, that means that the link for the Flipgrid thing is still live for being able to go in there and upload a talent. So if you haven't done that yet, you might want to think about it. I'm thinking about it right now, and I'm still not going to do it because I just don't have a talent that fits that, but maybe you do. And it looks like Shara's on with us here tonight too. Shara, good evening and welcome to you on this chilly Wednesday night. I'm just happy to be in the warmth of the office here. We have had a number of prayer requests. Some of them we've been praying for a while. Some of them come up a little more recently. Andy Brostrom, his dad, Bob, fell and is in the hospital with broken ribs from a fall. So we definitely want to keep Bob in prayer at this time. Also, Rita Orlando's niece, Catherine, is in the hospital with major heart and lung issues that are specifically related to COVID-19. So we want to pray for her healing at this time too. Mary Wakeham's niece, Cheryl, and I missed this one on Sunday morning, so forgive me for that, Mary, has been dealing with some significant medical issues for her and her family since last October. And they're looking for prayers for healing, comfort, and patience at this time. So definitely want to keep Cheryl and her family in prayer at this time. We've talked about Doug Petty's mom and her ongoing issue with arterial blockages in her body and keeping her in prayer. Mary Flater continues to deal with pain from her fractured disc in her back, and so she would really appreciate ongoing prayers for healing for that as well. Kate Hunt is being treated for COVID-19. I understand that the medication she's on now is really beginning to have an impact and that she's beginning to turn a corner with that and starting to feel a little better as well. So definitely continue to keep Kate and Sue and Dave in our prayers as they recover from their bouts with COVID-19. Gosh, it seems like we've been praying for Cindy Carroll's granddaughter, Gretchen, since she was pregnant and they discovered there were problems with the unborn baby, Sylvie. She had been hospitalized with her unborn baby. It was about 1 pound in weight. And we talked about that she might need to deliver the baby soon because of health risks to both her and to the child. But apparently the update is that the umbilical flow now is okay. And so they are continuing simply on bed rest for now. So let's continue to pray for Gretchen and her unborn child, Sylvie, at this time. Josephine Achu-Ade is still in Cameroon. I haven't got an update from her in the last little bit here, but I'm assuming that they had a great celebration of Achu's life last week, and just pray that the rest of her time there would be safe and that she'd be able to spend some time catching up with family and return safely here to the United States. That brings us up to speed pretty much on what's going on with our prayer requests. I just want to share a thought for the week here with you. And it's this. It's a verse from Matthew 6:9. This then is how you should pray. This then is how you should pray. And it begins, Our Father in heaven. We know that prayer as the Lord's Prayer. We pray it each and every week. Do you ever find that something routine can all of a sudden become new and fresh in a way you've never experienced before? That happened to me over the weekend as I read Justo Gonzalez's book, Teach Us to Pray. One word in that book rocked my world, making me reflect on my life in a new and fresh way. It's a word that I've repeated weekly now for over 50 years of my life. New light shining on the old and seemingly mundane, making it profound, fresh, and new once again. Gonzalez reminds us that when we pray, we do so on behalf of humankind, taking all before the throne of grace. What's that word that has been so unsettling to me? O-U-R. So begins the prayer, not my or I, but our, together in community, united with humanity. Not focused on me, it's the grand collective we that says we are family. Created in God's image, our life a pilgrimage. I live with advantage. Even in private prayer, the focus of the prayer that Jesus gave us, the Lord's Prayer, is to be on the our. We don't make it my, even when we are alone. It was the 4th century pastor and theologian John Chrysostom who was considered by many to be the finest preacher in the history of the church. He tells us that we pray our because we pray for the body in common, and nowhere looking to his own good, but everywhere to his neighbor's good. And by this he at once takes away hatred and quells pride and casts out envy and brings in the mother of all good things, even charity, and exterminates the inequality of human things and shows us how far the equality reaches between the king and the poor man. We are all of us fellows. I love how Chrysostom puts it. The R in the prayer exterminates the inequality of human things. How many human things do we have in our lives that continue to create or support inequality? O-U-R. So begins the prayer, not my or I, but our. In every nation you hear the sound, different languages, accents, it still resounds. Calling to us across the years, reminding us we're all peers. No, not peers. Family, sister, and brother. From the backstreet alley to Silicon Valley, red, yellow, black, or white, all family in God's sight. The
challenge, I think, to praying our is that it will prove to be disruptive to our lives. As we think of that petition in the Lord's Prayer, give us this day our daily bread. Again, not me or mine, but our, both communal and global. Think about that for a moment as you realize you have brothers and sisters around the world who are starving, have no health care, no access to clean water. They're homeless, they're in prison, and they too are praying for daily bread. I remember when our oldest daughter Claire was a toddler, I was preparing breakfast one morning and poured the last of the orange juice for myself. She ran into her room and I could hear her prayer. Dear God, please let there be more orange juice. I took my glass and I poured some into a sippy cup for her. Her prayer was answered. I was the answer to her prayer. You see, it's not me or my, rather it's us and our. Basil of Caesarea, writing in the late 300s, would say this: who is a miser? Anyone who is not content having the necessary. Who is a thief? Anyone taking what belongs to others. Why then do you not consider yourself a miser and a thief when you claim for yourself what only was given to you so that you may manage it? If one takes another's clothing, he is a thief. Why should we give any other name to one who is able to clothe the naked and refuses to do so? The bread that you hoard belongs to the poor. The cape that you hide in your trunk belongs to the naked. The shoes that rot in your home belong to those who have no shoes. Oh, you are. So begins the prayer, not my or I, but our. My cupboard's full, I lack no bread, while my starving sister is almost dead. My homeless brother is cold at night. With many coats, I always look just right. All is well. My future's bright. But what if God calls me home tonight? Not me, just us. Justice. Oh, you are.
It's a powerful thought, isn't it? Just the power of that one word, our. And it's something that I will be wrestling with for weeks, hopefully years to come, to more fully appreciate what it means to be part of a collective, part of humanity. And I hope all of you wrestle with that as well. Hey, I want to thank you for joining us this evening. Peggy, I'm glad to hear you got the sound, albeit if it was just towards the end. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of the week, and I look forward to seeing each of you on Sunday. Until then, take care, and God bless you. Bye now.